Dave Roberts makes history. Mookie makes it clear on how long he wants him around. And Justin Wrobleski is building a case the Dodgers just can't ignore. We'll also cover the latest injury updates and why Charlie Barnes may be the Dodgers' newest unlikely hero. All that and more on today's jam-packed episode. This is Blue Dynasty Unplugged.
It's time for Dodger Baseball!
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series! Beat the champ! You gotta knock him out! The Dodgers cement their dynasty!
And welcome back to Blue Dynasty Unplugged, the number one place for Dodger fans to get the latest news on your Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm your host, Robert Medina, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Bobby Hainline, Priscilla Perez, and George Contayanis. Did I say that right?
That's good. That's good. Very good.
Nice.
Well done.
Thanks. We have a jam-packed episode today, guys. But before we get into it, here's a quick word from our sponsor, Malachite Media.
Modern marketing isn't built on guesswork anymore. It's built on data. Malachite Media uses intent data to reach people based on what they're searching, what they're shopping for, and even what they're watching. Helping businesses reach the right audience across Google, social media, streaming TV, and more. Start your digital growth with Malachite Media today.
So, okay, let's there's just a lot of news look, I'm pretty excited for this first topic. I think that I think it's great for us to see history in the making, right? Not just with the players, but also with those that lead the staff, right? So Dave Roberts, recently hit his 1,000th career win. He became the fastest manager in MLB history to accomplish that, right? Guys, thoughts on Dave Roberts' accomplishment, and what do you say to all of the Fire Dave Roberts people that were, calling for him to, get fired back? What was it, like a couple years ago, or even up until last year? I think I was hearing some of that.
Well, I think it's a big middle finger to all of those Dave Roberts haters, and Dave Roberts is a great manager. Sure, not everything works out that he does, but that's just the way things go. It's baseball. All of us have made choices that didn't work out, so that's just life, and we just get over it. But big congratulations to Dave Roberts. You can say, well, he had a lot of stars behind him. He had like an MVP or All-Star games worth of players on his team to help him along to accomplish that feat. But I think you got to give Dave Roberts a lot of credit because he still has to make the lineup, to make the moves. And so, yeah, congratulations, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, to your point, I don't know if any of you out there, right, have ever managed a group of people either at work or, even on a team, right? But it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. You're managing a bunch of different personalities. There's a lot of different egos, and for him to do this at such a high level for, such a long time, I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy for him. I think that it's well deserved, and I really hope that we can have him, on our team as long as humanly possible. I mean, I'm really happy with Dave.
What do you think, Priscilla?
I love it. I'm not gonna lie. As the diehard Dodger fan, we've all had those moments where we're like, Doc, what are you doing? As far as, even with Don Mattingly, there was times where I'm like, what are you doing? He shut me up. He said, this is what I'm doing. I'm getting back-to-back World Series championships, 3 out of 5 in the last 5. So sit back and just enjoy your Dodgers. And I said, all right. So yeah, no, absolutely. Congrats to him. And sometimes this is why you have to have faith. You have to just sit back and know what he's doing. Just yesterday, I mean, he called the bullpen game. He's getting us, that reset for the Padres series starting today. So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we know the bullpen's not going to do the greatest or might not do the greatest. But again, he knows what he's doing. So
yeah,
hats off to him. Congrats, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. He did this. It's 1,000 wins, 606 losses, fastest in MLB history. I agree. And one of the things that I've heard, at least behind the scenes, in that locker room, is that the aura that Dave puts out is infectious, right? The fact that he's been able to get this team, from top to bottom to buy into, the vision, right? Because there's let's be honest, okay? The Dodgers are a really good team, but they're a really good team who is selfless, right? And what that means is that from Shohei Ohtani, right, down to whoever it is, right? Who was it? Charlie Barnes, down to Charlie Barnes, everyone's buying in to it's the next man up, right? And that is a testament of what, Dave is doing as a manager and just, the whole front office as a whole, right? The entire front office as a whole. I think it's awesome. George, there were some words that some of the players, said about Dave when he accomplished this. A lot of people spoke, including, I think it was Freddie. One that stood out to me particularly was Mookie when he came out and said that, hey, Dave is like his baseball dad, right? And that he would want Dave to manage for the rest of his career, right? Now, Dave did say that he doesn't see himself managing for 20 years, right? Where does that put Dave if he were to coach the Dodgers, right? If he were to be the Dodgers manager for the rest of Mookie's career? Any idea there?
Yeah. I think he could definitely coach for that. What's that, till 2032, I think it is. I don't see why Dave couldn't. Again, it's going to come down to what he wants to do as well, because to be honest, if he gives us a three-peat, and he's already achieved enough as it is, but if he gives us a three-peat, I can't really blame him if he doesn't want to do much more than that. To be honest, I would not be disappointed if he wanted to retire or whatever. But he definitely, I think, is capable of coaching until then. But like you mentioned, it's not easy. You've got to kind of speak. He would have come across probably close to 1,000 players in his time. And you've got to speak 1,000 different types of English to those players. And obviously there's other languages involved too. So it's not easy to manage. But yeah, it's a good question. I don't know how long he'll go for per se. But if he could see out Mookie's career, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The longer we can keep Dave around, the better, right? Give him a lifetime contract, bring him out in the wheelchair. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah, I think that we can all agree that Dave's done a great job with this team. And I'm grateful. I know Doug McCain the other day was thanking the San Diego Padres for not giving him that managerial opportunity that he, hindsight definitely should have gotten from the beginning or should have been considered. But hey, just like a lot of other things or players that the Dodgers have gone out to get, Dave fell right into their lap, right? It happened with Mookie. It happened with Freddie. It really happened with Freddie. That was out of left field, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, something that we as fans are grateful to. We're lucky enough to have a manager like Dave, right? But Mookie's message has said a lot about the relationship that Dave Roberts has built with the players. Mookie is also giving us Dodger fans a reason to talk about him, right? Another reason to talk about. he's been on a tear recently, right? Who was the one? Was it Priscilla that you wanted to see something out of Mookie last week? I can't remember.
I don't know if I called Mookie.
Who was it?
I think was it
I
me,
called
maybe?
Mookie.
You
Was it
did call Mookie.
Bobby, yeah.
It was Bobby.
Yeah, I called Mookie.
Yeah.
And
Not that I want to see, of course, I would want to see something from all our players. But if you're asking about like calling your shot, it wasn't.
It was Mookie. Yeah, so Mookie has been great of late, right? He recently, when was it yesterday? He was not in the lineup due to wrist soreness, I want to say. He's expected to be in the lineup today. Anybody know if that's if he's in there?
He's in.
He is in?
Yeah.
Nice. Good. That's good to hear because there was some out there speculating, right, that this might have been something different. But you know, what do you guys make of him sitting it out? Is it more of, hey, we're just kind of gonna do what we can with the players that we have for the last game of the A series, or was it something else?
Yeah. I was going to say, I think they were happy to just concede that game, it looked like, which I don't really blame them. We've got a big series this weekend. And not going to lie, I think deep down they were thinking, we've got 4 games against, one of our rivals. Let's try and sweep them here. This game, just make sure everyone's right for the next one. So I don't have an issue with it. It's one game out of 162. It's, you're going to have a game where you rest a player if they're maybe a little bit questionable. So I got no issue with it.
So Bobby, is Mookie back? And I'll ask this question with a little bit of context, right? In the last 7 games, Mookie is 13 for 32. He's got a 406 batting average, 424 on base percentage, 750 slug, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, and only 3 strikeouts. Is Mookie back?
I hope so. I don't think he did a whole lot in yesterday's game, but we all have a bad game now and then. So I really hope that he is back for the team's sake because we really need him. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully he has a good game tonight against the Padres, or as I like to say, the Padres. By the way, was anyone just loving that game last night where the Cubs beat them 23-3 or something like that?
That was today,
man,
wasn't it?
That was awesome.
Today or yesterday?
No, that was yesterday. I
yesterday.
think.
Yeah.
Things got so bad that they sent a slow pitch softball pitcher up for the Padres to just lob balls to the Cubs, and Dansby Swanson hit a grand slam for his 3rd home run of the game. That was just chef's kiss.
Yeah, they're definitely not on a good stretch right now. But I don't think Mookie didn't play yesterday, so he sat that.
Oh,
one
he
out.
didn't. Well, that's why he did. That's why they lost.
That's the
okay?
only. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah,
I really should have paid more attention to yesterday's game, but
I think a lot of us felt like I had a feeling that it was just one of those games where not much was going to happen. I didn't expect much, but Priscilla, what do you see in Mookie? What do you you've been watching this team all season. What have you seen? What kind of progression, right, have you seen from Mookie? Has anything stood out to you in the sense of maybe his approach, right? Or did him just being consistent and coming back every day and doing the work that he needs to do finally pay off?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the second option. I think that him coming in, putting in the work and just trying to get himself back to where he once was is finally paying off. When you go from being the Mookie Betts on the Dodgers to then bringing in Shohei Ohtani, it's going to do something to you as the star player, and that's going to get to you in addition to everything that he has endured, with losing his his stepdad, which he refers to as his dad. So I obviously want to respect that. When you put in all those dynamics and see that, like, Mookie Betts is going down, or he had a moment, I think his fire is just coming back. I think he's getting back into the swing, literally, of things, and he's just rolling with it. You could see that there was some frustration. I think it was it last year that he had that 0-22, and then he snapped it with the double. Everybody went crazy, I think that he's just feeding off of that. He knows who he is, and he knows the type of player that he is, and we as fans don't lose faith in him. When he was dealing with the dynamics of his family, he got a very warm welcome. And I think that that's what us fans have the power to do. So I think that it helps him be confident. And, that's why he's getting back to where he's at. Absolutely.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. Mookie's not the only Dodger hitter that's trending in the right direction. Priscilla, your favorite Tommy Tanks has returned from the injured list, and he's been scorching hot.
Yes. Yes, he has. I called it.
You did. What have you guys seen from Tommy? And, I know we asked this question last week. Is it sustainable, right? I mean, the guy's still doing it. He hit his first homer. He's not known to hit for a ton of power, although, he got the nickname Tommy Tanks for a reason. But, for me, the most impressive thing about Tommy Edman is the consistent at-bats, right? The timely hits. That is something that in years past, and even, for a short stretch this year, the Dodgers lacked.
Well, I'm hoping Tommy Edmonds can stay healthy so he can keep on this hot streak. Whatever he worked on during his rehab. Oh my gosh! Just keep doing that, man. Because he hit that home run the other day for it was 428 feet. I believe it was his longest or second longest of his career. So yeah, it left a little dent in the batter's eye there at center field. So it's just great to see, and I hope he can keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Last 7 games, 8 for 24, 333 batting average, 429 on base, 583 slug. The game on Tuesday was a really good game for him. He went 4 for 5 and hit that first homer of the season, right?
Yeah, 4 for 5. Wow.
Yeah, so he had a great game. The other one that's really turned it around as of late is Kyle Tucker. George, for Kyle, I look, I'm going to admit it. I'm not a very big Kyle Tucker believer. Not this year. I feel that he, if he does figure it out or if he does turn it around, it's going to be post All-Star break, obviously, more on the tail end of the second half. I'm hoping, right? That's my hope, is that he'll figure it out just in time for October. But, I feel like this is just one of those years for Tucker. What do you see in Kyle? And, do you agree with my take?
Yeah, I do agree. I think it's one of those years or he's just in that sort of form where he just has to keep showing up. And obviously, look, it paid off last weekend in San Diego, which was great. I got up and screamed for that because I was happy for him. I feel like that was coming. He deserved that. I'm hopeful he will turn it around. We've seen what he can do. I know he's a guy that doesn't show any emotion. So I don't know whether maybe he needs to maybe the team needs to fire him up a bit. Because, you don't see much come out of him. He's very pretty flat-faced a lot of the time. So, but yeah, look, I'm hopeful he can. It may just have to be one of those years that he kind of just needs to concede a little bit. But I'm hoping that there's still, like you said, half the year to go. So if he heats up at the right time, and hey, if he does something in October, I think we'll forget about it pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a sharp hat too, by the way, George. I got to give you props for that. Where did you get that hat, man?
Christmas present from my girlfriend. I think it was actually from here in Australia. Foot Locker, I think, had it.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Online. Yeah. So they had this and they had an inverse version, so a blue with the white 17 as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's another reason to watch the podcast on YouTube, because then you get to see our sparkling hat game here, our hat swag.
Yeah, and then
Absolutely.
Priscilla's brand new background there. I like it. There you go.
Yeah. Am I the only one that? Yeah, I mean, I just got my regular wall here, so yeah. Oh well, I'll
You
work
got a
on
bunch
it.
of cool stuff. What do you have back there? What is that?
So I got I got me in center field at Dodger Stadium with Max Muncy's bat that he used to hit the game-winning home run in the 2018 World Series, and then I got my. Let me see. Let me grab my camera here. Oh no, I won't stretch that far. Anyway, so I got my commemorative coins from the 2025 World Champion chip there.
Nice.
It's limited edition, numbered 760 out of 1,000. So yeah, and then my wooden Dodger Stadium thing here that an ex-wife gave me for a Christmas present, and then me with the bulldog here, Oral Hershiser.
Nice.
No.
There you go.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was actually a really cool story. I went to my first Dodger game in 28 years, and thinking I was going to meet Nomar Garciaparra because he always does the Dodger games or the pregame shows. So when I got there, I went up to I can't remember his name, the other guy that does the pregame show, and I said, "Is Nomar going to be here?" And he goes, "No, but Oral's going to be here." And I'm like, "Oral's going to be there?" So I waited around, and sure enough, there was the man, and he saw that I had my own Dodger jersey with his 55 on it, and I told him, I said, "I flew from Idaho just to see you, Oral." And he said, "Well, you want a picture?" And I tell you what, as soon as he said that, I moved the PVC pipes that the little barrier there that keep the people away from the stage there, and I just moved it, and I went right up to the stage and got my picture taken with him.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah.
Those are always
Yeah.
cool memories, right? Of when, going to Dodger Stadium and, having those experiences is something that, as fans, it's the fact that some of these, personalities take the time to do things like that for us. It's, I think it makes a ton of difference, especially for the kids, right?
Yeah.
So
And I'm a big kid too, so. Yeah, and the really cool thing is that in the last year I went to Dodger Stadium, I got my picture with Nomar, and I used. In fact, that's my other wallpaper from my second computer. That was good. Computer monitor. Oh my gosh, it's been a week, people. It has been a week, but I'm here. Thank goodness.
well,
Okay.
who else has had a week is Dalton Rushing, who's, for some reason, he has little spurts of life, but then goes back to his same old ways, right? He strikes out a lot. I think that's my biggest concern for him is I see him strike out too much. It's almost like he's not patient. But, Dalton has been, what does he have? A 170 batting average in the last 15 games. But what are we gonna do, right? What's the answer here? Or do we just need to keep, being patient and not sell our Dalton Rushing stock?
Oh wow! Well, let's see. Did I hear news that we will not get Will Smith back until after the All-Star break, or was that the big news
Correct.
you were going to?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any other choice but to be patient with him. Hopefully we just we continue to get him the help he needs with counseling or the mental health counseling that the Dodgers provide, and get him to calm his mind and get him back to being a good player, a potentially great player that he can be.
Yeah, he actually did some community work today. I think he was out reading some books to kids out there, which is awesome.
Yeah. And did you notice he didn't snap any of the books over his knee? So that was plus. That was a plus.
Yeah, he got through that one, right? But honestly, I hope he can turn it around. Yeah. I guess we'll touch on a little bit on Will Smith. We'll get into it a little bit more a little later in the show, but Will is not expected to be back before the All-Star break. I don't know. Dalton is just going to have to, I guess take one for the team and do his best to control those emotions and try and figure it out, right?
Yeah, I think that post everything that's happened since the incident where Shohei was pitching, or the multiple incidences where Shohei was pitching, I think that he might have taken a step back and realized that this is what the reactions of the fans and the other players and the coaches and everybody who does want to see him succeed, like these are their reactions, and he's probably taking it in. Obviously, we have to give it time to see if that's the case, because there are still moments where you could see that frustration. But as long as he's working on it and reaching out and using those resources that are present to him, I don't see him being a huge liability. I see him actually getting better with that patience, and hopefully that's what we get out of him, because again, like we've established, Will Smith is not going to come back anytime soon. So he's the person that we're relying on. So we're rooting for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I agree with that. I think that rushing is still young, obviously, like we've mentioned before, but I think that as time goes on, he'll figure it out. He seems to have that, that dog in him where he is just coming back for more, right? He's not giving up. And he's trying that. Most of all, he's putting in the work. So I think that speaks volumes of him. Another guy who's been putting in the work and has gained my trust and climbed the trust tree pretty far up is Justin Wrobleski. Robo just came off, is just fresh off his probably one of the best outings that he's had this year, with a career high 11 Ks. Guys, this is Wrobleski. I know, George, you said that he has at this point has earned an opportunity in the postseason, right? Do you stand by that? And what do you think? Do you think the Dodgers are gonna consider him in a postseason role?
Yeah, well, I think right now, I don't think you can say he shouldn't be in the playoff rotation. Like, he's shown enough so far. Now, obviously, it's going to depend on Blake Snell, Tyler Glasnow, see how well they can come back. I know Snell's not too far out. So I think, well, obviously, Ohtani and Yamamoto, you're going to have to be there in the starting rotation. That's our 1-2. Sasaki, again, not sure, depend how he goes. It's going to be a tough decision, but right now I would have to put him in there. Kind of hurts me to say, but I'd have to put him in there over Sasaki right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I would, I'm curious to see how Roki is today for this opening series against San Diego. I think this is a good opportunity for him to show, some length and really keep those earned runs under control. But I agree with you. If you give me a pick between Roki and Wrobleski today, I'm 100% going with Wrobleski, right? I mean, the guy has a 2.80 ERA on the season. He's 10-2, right? He should be an all-star. Look, he should be a starter in the All-Star.
Yeah.
Right. but yeah, he's earned that. And what is that? I guess who can we thank for that, right? I don't know. He did say that he got very close with Kershaw last year. I've seen certain things from Wrobleski that remind me of Kershaw, right? Because Kershaw didn't always have his best stuff late in his career. And despite that, and despite him getting traffic on the bases, he always found a way, right? He always found the way. And Wrobleski seems to have that same makeup, right? But is Wrobleski someone that we would consider over a Tyler Glasnow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I would say yes. Wrobleski is doing what he's supposed to do, and Glasnow has just been out, and it's one of those where it's like you got to walk on eggshells with him sometimes. It's unfortunate. He's amazing at what he does when he's up there and doing his thing and putting up his numbers and striking people out. Like that's the guy. But right now, that's what Wrobleski's doing. So absolutely.
I even thought of maybe calling Tyler Glassjaw, because oh my gosh,
Tyler Glassman.
Glassman, yeah, because he's so fragile, and I feel bad for the guy because I'm sure he's the most frustrated about it, and when he couldn't pitch in the postseason a few years back, oh yeah, you could just see it in his face, and my heart just goes out to him because. It's got to be really frustrating when you can't be there for your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. For me, Wrobleski definitely has earned a spot in this rotation. Now, if the opportunity presents itself, right, and let's just say Tyler Glasnow is not coming back this year, would I want to go after a starting pitcher in the likes of a Tariq Skubal? I would say yes. I would definitely go out and get Skubal. Now, despite of, he's just coming back from that, elbow surgery. He hasn't been at his best. I would definitely go get him if Glasnow is not coming back. Now, if Glasnow comes back, I don't think we need him. Would we like him? I think we can all agree we would like Skubal. But, the Dodgers recently came out and said that going out and getting a starting pitcher is not their priority. Their priority is depth, right? Which is, in other words, going out and getting another Tommy Edman right? I don't know. Bobby, how do you feel about maybe trading Wrobleski if the time comes? Or would you rather trade an Emmett Sheehan?
I would definitely rather trade Emmett Sheehan or even a Bobby Miller or anybody but Wrobleski, because I think he's just too valuable right now. He's just been nails out there, and I would hate to see him go to a rival. I mean, can you imagine just facing Wrobleski in a big game? Oh my gosh, that would just be disaster for us, I think.
Yeah, I think a lot of the concern for some of us fans, at least for Wrobleski, I agree with you. I would not trade Wrobleski. I would go a different route. Yes, you're gonna have teams knocking on your door asking if he's available. I would trade a Sheehan if push comes to shove, or others. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't see the Dodgers trading Robo. He's too valuable at this point. He has given the Dodgers valuable innings and he's not just eating innings. He's posting. He's putting up good numbers. So I don't see him going anywhere this trade deadline. I hope not. But anything can happen.
Definitely trade the guy who pitched for them last night. I think. Yeah. Well, he did get sent down though to the minors. So
he did. But with that, there are some injury updates. We've already kind of touched on those. Tyler Glasnow has started throwing. Dodgers are being super careful with him. They're not going to rush him back at this point. He's gonna have to go through a full ramp up. He's been gone way too long. I'm hoping that that nothing sets him back anymore, because I think at this point, any other setbacks are going to result in him being out for the season. Another one that's looking like he's on the up and up is Edwin Díaz. He'll possibly be facing hitters this weekend. But I can't wait to get Díaz back. I know that Tanner Scott's been good this year, but come on, guys. I mean, I want to see the guy we went out and got this year. We've seen Kyle Tucker. I want to see Díaz, have his Dodger moment, right? Kyle got his, kind of. He had that walk-off. But I want to see Díaz back. Priscilla, your take on Díaz, and what would you, I guess, expect to see out of him once he's back? Do you think the Dodgers will plug him back into that closer role immediately, or do you think that Tanner Scott's going to keep getting some, some runway to take that position at least, in the beginning?
Okay, before I answer this, has anybody been to the Dodger Stadium when the trumpets are playing and Díaz is coming out?
No.
I'm just trying to play that right now.
I was able to be present for that on March 27th this year for the ring ceremony, and let me tell you, the energy is tremendous. Mm-hmm. The trumpets, the lights, him coming out, it is tremendous. So I do think that those trumpets and his energy is something that they need in that bullpen. I don't think they'll immediately take Tanner Scott out, but I do think it's something that they're going to feed off of, because we want to see him. The fans want to see him. And that stadium is epic when he comes out. So I do think that that's something that they're going to roll with, and I'm excited to see it. So bring him back, ASAP.
Nice. Was it a night game?
It was a night game. It was the ring ceremony.
Yeah.
So it was a night game. And as soon as the trumpets started playing, I'm telling you, it was like that place was like trembling. The energy was epic. I'm telling you. I can't wait to like relive it.
Yeah. I want to be out there doing a postseason game for something like that. That must be something to definitely once in a lifetime type of thing. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping to get out there sometime. Yes, hopefully. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that.
Is it? I'll be there in 24 hours. So.
Yep.
Man.
But another guy that's we haven't gotten too much news out of this organization about is Will Smith. They just came out and said that, don't expect to see Will Smith back before the All-Star break, which I think we all figured.
Yeah.
They're saying that it's not anything concerning. They're sticking with that story. We've heard this song and dance before. I really hope that Will Smith makes it back, but hey, we can probably convince the Mets to trade Wrobleski back to us at some point if we need to. But George, what do you foresee this being a long-term thing? What does your gut tell you on this whole Will Smith saga of the neck injury? And do we blame the pillow?
I mean, Quite possibly. Yeah, it's a hard one. I mean, you wouldn't think he'd be out for too long with what the information we've been given. So I'm hoping after the All-Star break he's fine. I think it's the right call because I don't think there's any point bringing him back before that. May as well just let him rest, give him the time off. Maybe let's not vote him in just on purpose, so he can just have that extra rest. So no, look, I'm hopeful he'll be back, and he produces some big moments for us late in the season. He always has, especially last year. So yeah, I'm confident he'll be back.
Yeah. Yeah, there's speaking on injuries and players stepping up during this time, right? We've mentioned already Dalton has been doing the best he possibly can, but there's others that have been asked to do things, and not just this year, but even last year, right? Will Klein was one of those. Last night it was Charlie Barnes, right? I think I can say that this is our official Charlie Barnes appreciation segment. The guy 8 innings. He came out and posted 7 innings, right? 7 earned runs. Obviously not the type of results we want. Nevertheless, he has helped this team, like Priscilla mentioned earlier in the show, the Dodgers are set up for this series against the Padres, right? Very well. This guy saved the bullpen. But I think that with Charlie Barnes going out and doing what he did last night, it really allowed this team to have that reset that I feel that a lot of these players, need, playing 162 games, right? Sometimes you need, breaks like yesterday. I think Freddie got out of the game early. Mookie didn't play. So, it's situations like this where, we're not trying to punt the game per se, but I think it's even as fans, we can all agree we felt this coming.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely. I have a little bitterness because I had a lot of money on the game yesterday. It started at 25 and then it built it up to 74, and then I let it all ride, and that's my fault. That's my bad. So yeah, I should have just stopped. I didn't know. I totally forgot yesterday was a bullpen game. So yeah, so that was my mistake, and I should have more appreciation for Charlie Barnes for saving our bullpen. But we were playing in a softball field yesterday, weren't we? I mean, holy cow! The home run that Langoliers hit, they said that probably wouldn't have been a home run in a lot of parks, including Yellowstone. So I was expecting more of a laugh there. That's okay. That's a joke from Major League. So
I'm laughing, just not like ha 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 laughing.
Yeah, you're laughing inside.
If you're on YouTube, you can see.
But I'm just glad we're out of that field, and we're back at home at Blue Heaven on Earth. So I'm all ready to beat some Padre butt today.
Yeah, and we're gonna previewing today's game. What is it? 7:10 Pacific start. Looks like we have Roki on the mound and Randy Vasquez for the Padres. Dodgers starting lineup is looking like, it looks good to me. Otani, Padres, Freeman, Betts, Muncy, Tucker, Hernandez, Rushing, and Edman. I see no reason why we wouldn't take this game. Look, little brother, it is what it is. You might get swept. I don't want to be the one that jinxed this series, but look, I feel good about our chances. We've got Roki and then probables, for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are, if I'm not mistaken, it's Otani, Yamamoto, and Emmett Sheehan, right? I don't know. I mean, what else? What else do we have to say about that? It's the Dodgers are 56-31 with the best record in MLB right now. Despite all that, we're not at 100%. So I really like our chances. What would you guys like to see out of the Dodgers early in this game, at least, or even just in this game one of this 4-game series?
Well, first of all, I would like to see an earlier start time because we go from 7:40 to 8:10, and for Robert and me who live in Idaho, the game doesn't get over until like 10:30, 11 o'clock sometimes, and thankfully I don't have to work. I have a 4-day weekend. I don't go back to work until Monday, so I'm good. I can. I don't have a curfew, thankfully. So, I'm good. But I just don't know why you play in Northern California at 7:40, and then you go to LA and play at 8:10. I don't get why they do that. I would be nice to start at 30 minutes earlier. But as far as what else I would like to see, I'd like to see Shohei start off hot. I know he had a really rough game yesterday. His consecutive on base, what was that? Consecutive games on base. His streak got snapped last night, and I'd like to see him kind of start off hot. Maybe hit a leadoff home run. I guess I'm calling my shot. Leadoff home run for Shohei tonight. And I'd like to see more from Kyle Tucker. Absolutely, I would.
Yeah. Roki has been, pretty good of late. I would like to see Roki build off of, the little momentum he's been able to get. He's been pretty solid. I'd like to see, 2 or less earned runs out of Roki today. None would be ideal, but for me, today is all about Roki. I'm going to be, watching to see what's going on with him. Have you guys seen anything about him crying? What is that?
At the beginning, what moment was it that he had where he did go back into the dugout crying? This was before, so in his last appearance, it appeared as if he was crying. So he had to come out and say, I was not crying. I was obviously frustrated, and he had his moment, obviously, of frustration. No pitcher wants to take a loss. But no, that's all it was. That he was just clarifying, no, I wasn't in the dugout crying again. No, he wasn't. You could just, you can get into the ins and outs of appearance or whatever, but he wasn't crying. Leave him alone. Yeah.
For me, the offense, right? George, I don't know. How do you feel about this? I would like to see the offense get into the bullpen earlier. Make the starting pitcher work, make Vasquez work, get into the bullpen early, and make them use their high leverage weapons that they have in that. Because look, say what you want about the Padres, they have a really good bullpen, and so getting into that and making them work today on game one and still taking the game, I think would be huge and would be a great way to set up the rest of the series.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, our offense can definitely get to them. They have before. They got to Michael King the other day, and I think it was the 5th inning. So, and he's probably been their best starter. So there's no reason why the offense can't get to them early. We did the same back in 2024. I know that was part of the plan because we didn't have much starting pitching in that series, but it's the offense that can definitely get to their pitchers, and their bullpen is very good. I agree. So we don't want to give them a light amount of work. because that's their strength in that bullpen. Having said that, though, if there's a team that can get to someone like Mason Miller, it's us. We saw that with Andy Pajes battling against him, which is probably one of the best at-bats I've seen, to be honest. So, yeah, I think, but you're right. We should hopefully get a jump early and make them use the bullpen longer, so that they can hopefully tire out some arms.
Yeah. And give Brokey some run support, please. This kid needs to
run support is what I was going to say. Absolutely. Give him some run support and then capitalize off of the fact that they are coming in defeated. Mm-hmm. When you are the stock of the MLB because you lost by 20 runs, the Dodgers need to absolutely capitalize on that. Whether the game is mental, strategic, tactical, whatever, however you want to call it, they need to go in and hit it out. And give Roki more than anything that run support, but we can do it.
Yeah.
I say we get Tom Hanks to talk to Roki and remind him there is no crying in baseball. So in fact, I think I have that little clip queued up on my phone.
The Dodgers definitely have the upper hand here. They have a rested bullpen. Excuse me. They definitely have the hotter offense and home field advantage, right? But it's that time now. It's that time to call your shot.
It's time to call your shot.
Let's go around the room here. Let's start with Bobby, since you already called yours. What's your called shot for today's game?
I said leadoff home run for Shohei. And I'd like to see Kyle Tucker snap out of his little slump and get a home run, or at least a 2-for-4, 3-for-4 game would be nice.
Nice. Priscilla?
I'm gonna go with Freeman. Freeman has been hot lately, and I don't feel like we've given him the spotlight. But he definitely deserves it. He's been going in and definitely getting on base, getting those hits, that average going up, and he's on fire. So I want him to keep doing that. I think that he's going to go today.
Nice. Going with the Mr. Consistent is what I like to call
there
Freddie.
Go. Yep. We love consistency.
Love it. George, what's your called shot for today?
I'm going to go Max Muncy. I put that on my Instagram, so I'm going to stick with that. I think Mad Max is another one like Freddie. Probably doesn't get enough credit at times. Kind of flies under the radar a little bit. So I'm going to go Max. I reckon he's going to line one up.
Nice. I'm going to go with Mookie. I think he's going to keep it going. He's at home. All good vibes with him. I'm going to go with a Mookie homer tonight. I don't know if it's going to be early or late in the game. I think he'll get it done. But with that, guys, all of you out there watching, listening, don't forget you can call your shot before every Dodgers game by visiting our social media, Blue Dynasty, Dodgers Blue Dynasty. Drop your prediction before the first pitch, and if you call it right, you could be highlighted the next day on Blue Dynasty. But with that, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Blue Dynasty Unplugged. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bells so you don't miss our next episode. We're trying to do this weekly, everybody. And I think right now a goal is to get 2,000 subs. We're a little over 1,000 right now, so slowly but surely we're gonna keep growing this community. Right now we're I think last time we saw we're a little over 10 million views combined. So awesome. We really appreciate everybody who's out there supporting us. On behalf of everyone here, right? I think it's great. But you can also follow Blue Dynasty on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, all of the social medias, and listen to Blue Dynasty Unplugged on your favorite way to listen to podcasts, whether it's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. Be sure to follow Priscilla at Bleed Blue Bay, George at the Aussie Dodger, and Bobby at Dodger Man Games on social media. I'm Robert Medina. Thanks for watching and listening. And as always, go Dodgers.